It's the same fucking thing.
Because it doesn't. Yeah, that's
Hello?
no difference.
Oh,
Okay,
Alf is here.
Alf Benny is here.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on 1 second. I gotta mute the stream. Okay, sorry.
Sorry about that, Elf. I got you mixed up with the guy who was on here.
Dan,
Oh, that's
y'all
I was
look,
so
y'all
confused.
look
I'm
so
like,
much
what are you
alike.
talking about my conduct? Like, what did I do to you?
What is that show that Elf guy is from?
Alf.
Elf. Yeah,
I
it was
never
just
saw
Alf.
that show. I just vaguely remember that character.
It was really weird. He was from outer space, and they kept him and hid him, and he always threatened to eat their cat.
He was from outer space.
Yeah, he was from Melmac, the planet Melmac.
Yeah, they were really creative back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's
when they were on a lot of cocaine back in the 80s.
It was all about like the odd couple matchups, right? Like there's that one with the immigrant and his roommates. They'd have like, you know,
Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there was a TV show. I know which one he's talking about. It was like a weird one.
Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, that's it.
The one like My Black Son.
My Black Son. I don't think that's a real show.
No, that was a Family Guy joke.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
My Black Son.
My Little Mud Baby.
Also, he's a ninja.
Who? What? Who's a ninja?
The Black Son.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Black Son Ninja.
So what were you guys talking about? What do you guys want to know?
What's your ethnicity, Alf?
I am Peruvian and Dominican.
Peruvian and Dominican.
What do you hate? So you hate white people?
I do not hate white people. I am actually part white.
Okay,
that's part white. What part of you is white? Peruvian or the Dominican?
The Dominican side here.
So does Alf get into the ethno state?
Well, he's only part white, so I can take it.
I don't know. Does he live in Canada?
I don't live in Canada now. I'm from New Jersey.
If there was a global
raised in New Jersey.
Oh God.
I am American.
I don't know. I don't like these like hypothetical questions like, oh, this person's 1/4 Hispanic. Does he get into the ethno state? Like, I don't like when is that ever really gonna be like we're just sitting down in some sort of bureaucratic agency.
You never know.
Like
human nature.
Oh, sorry, you have this much non-white blood. Like that's never gonna.
That slippery slope does lead both ways, Michael.
Yeah, that's what Aaron always talks about. Why not then? Isn't that the way you would want it then?
I don't always talk about that.
I don't think always.
You can't let fucking whoever in because there's a lot of people who don't want to contribute. They don't want to fucking help out. They think that the world owes them a living. They got fucking huge chips on their shoulder. And I'm sorry, but I could give two fucks about somebody like that because they don't care about society.
What? My parents have huge chips on their shoulder. They came here legally. They worked hard. They learned the language. They speak English and Spanish. You know, so do I. They came here and they made a life for themselves. They didn't have a chip on their shoulder. They don't hate white people.
Do they vote? Do they vote Democrat?
Sometimes depends on who they liked better.
Well, if you vote Democrat,
if you live all the way, I mean, if we look all the way back to like the politics that were going on in the 60s and 70s, you know, we can see that maybe sometimes the Democratic vote was better than the Republican vote at the time.
I don't think
in
so.
The 60s
you don't think so? You think America should always be
terrorism and
I think it was a lie.
All right, let's put it this way.
Necessarily it doesn't have to be Democrats and Republicans, but I think that the Democrat Party that has existed in this country is not the country that it's not the party Democrats
at one point were the party that wanted white people to be the majority of the country, you know what I'm saying? And it was the other way around.
What was that? And like slavery days?
How far back we're looking, right?
When you're talking about back then, though, it's not about Republicans wanting a white majority or not, because just the pure demographics.
Like, what the fuck, man? This guy, like,
slavery.
Really, Democrats were the real racists?
Democrats
that.
The real
said that?
Hey, hold on. Let me
straw
let me
man,
just ask,
straw
there's
man.
something I've been meaning to ask Ronnie. It's totally unrelated, but what do you think of Nick Fuentes?
They're constantly working, like around the clock, like nonstop.
Well, no, I'm just saying they're in tandem with one another. They might not be able to do each other's jobs, but they all are part of the same system.
No, they're the hardest working people in our whole fucking world that's anybody's ever seen. So let's.
Yeah, which people?
The people who you don't want to know about. You know, the people that you're questioning and you're wondering, am I gonna have a channel tomorrow?
Paul, yeah, right.
They're superior to us. Let's just leave it at that. They're the best.
Well,
hey,
yeah, that's a whole other can of worms.
Want to know who rules over you? Look at who you can't criticize.
They are fucking amazing.
That's years of programming, right? I mean,
if only I could just give them a massage for free for an hour, you know, I would love it.
Can I ask you guys who would you want to rule over you?
Well, that's kind of gay, Hunter.
What do you mean?
Who do I want to rule over?
Yeah.
Did you wait? I'm sorry. Did you just ask? Wait, what's that?
Did I just ask what? I'm sorry, you cut off.
Yeah, I'm asking you. I want to know what did you just ask? That's what it sounded like you asked.
I was asking who would you want to rule over you?
That sounds gay as fuck.
Well, in my ideal world, Al,
okay, I'll answer myself. I'll answer his question.
I just did. In my ideal world, I get to rule over myself because ideally, my philosophy.
Yeah, so it's kind of a loaded question.
No, it's not loaded.
No, I want this guy to fucking unload on me, man. It seems like he has a lot to unpack here.
Okay, so like, what if I start off and I say I want a nationalist leader to rule over me? I'll start it off there. What's your follow-up to that?
Sounds really gay. The way
I want Trump. I want Trump to rule over us.
I just want a nationalist leader.
No, I want to go with this because Ronnie lives in Canada. He has Trudeau, and that's like the worst leader you could possibly fucking have. So, Alf, what do you got to say to that? He wants a nationalist.
Trudeau is retarded.
All right.
Okay, sorry, Alf, was that the entirety of what you had to say there? Was that a lead up to something else? Because I assume that was just a startup question to a much bigger point.
No, I was just curious because you guys are for one, Hunter was talking about those who shall not be named and saying, those are the ones who rule us. So I'm curious as to.
Okay, so then. So then what you should say then is which race would you prefer to rule over you?
I say whatever I want to say. You don't tell me what.
Okay, when I say should, I mean to keep the conversation as quick and to the point as possible. Because if you say something that's hold on, let me explain why. If you say something that is very vague and look at the confusion that you created. We're all like, what are you talking about? That took a certain amount of time. We had to go through that, and now I'm getting to what you're actually saying, which is you're trying to break it down. Is this a racial thing? So just
nope.
Yeah, you think
straw man.
No, that is what you're hinting at, though. Right?
That's not what I'm hinting at. You guys are
dude, Alf. I'm not straw manning you. Alf, no, I'm asking you to clarify. So now, when I did ask you to clarify, you said in context to the Jews after we went through that whole thing of being confused about what you were saying.
Yeah.
It is very frustrating. It is extremely frustrating.
You guys are so retarded that you're
say what you have to say, Alf. Say what you have. That was it. Who do you want to rule over you? I want a nationalist leader. Do you have a follow-up to that? I want a nationalist leader. What is your follow-up then? You said you didn't have a follow-up. I would like to hear it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not talking.
You don't have one. You don't have one.
Retarded. I'm not talking.
You didn't have one.
Low IQ, dude. You're low IQ.
You're no IQ. You're no IQ.
You left the question. He left the question open-ended instead of going.
Yeah, I left the question because it was.
Well, why didn't you
did have it. No, I didn't.
To Jews, you said in context.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You said and who rules over you? Yes, it is. We'll rewind the freaking stream after.
Ronnie is getting to the point. Ronnie is getting to the point that the only reason you brought up this question. Hold on, Al. Stop saying no. Stop saying no. The only reason
until you shut the fuck up and let me answer you. How is this going to work?
No. Yeah, hold on. I want to hear his follow-up.
I just want to interject really quick.
Let's hear his follow-up.
Can you guys listen to me for a second? I asked a question. There was no follow-up.
And Ronnie
was talking about.
Come on. It is.
I'm done. I'm done. See you guys. Bye.
Later, Alf.
Oh my God. Okay, Alf, I was beyond that point. I was trying to explain that the only reason Ryan was asking when he was done, the reason why Ryan was just being the way he was is because why would Elf ask that question unless he was hinting at race?
And he even admitted it, Aaron.
Yeah, very reasonable point by Ronnie. I mean, you don't ask a question like that without a sort of follow-up.
Don't be so ambiguous and be like, oh, well, who do you want to rule over when you mean which race? Because that is what you meant. Regardless,
exactly.
That's the thing. He just doesn't want to admit that you caught him out there because that is what he fucking meant. If you didn't mean it that fucking way, you sure as hell.
Well, here's the thing. Alf is going to hide behind the idea that who knows what I really meant. Who are you guys to put words in my mouth?
I'm sorry, I have
Aaron, just let me finish. Okay.
Yeah. I meant the furries.
So I want everybody to, when they're watching the stream or when it's over to go back and actually listen to the point where he was totally admits, well, you guys were talking about, how Jews rule over you. So I'm just wondering, who do you want to rule over you? So obviously it's a racially based question. That's what he's hinting towards. Now, I wanted to kind of follow his logic and say, okay, a nationalist leader, what is your follow-up to that? He's like, oh, I don't have any follow-up. That's just it. Okay, well, if that's your only question is who do you want to rule over you? That's a low IQ question. Get the hell off the stream. But there was a follow-up. He just didn't have the backbone or the spine or the intellectual fortitude to even know that that's where he was going. So, Alf, you need to figure out your own shit before you jump onto a stream.
If he wanted to go there, though, and make it like a race thing, he couldn't even have a follow-up question. You're like, I want a national fucking leader. It's like, well, figure it out. What nation are you in? And let's not live in this fucking bullshit idea that, oh, well, this Sudanese woman is now Sweden because she lives in Sweden. No,
is that not
she's
kind of
Sudanese
weird
living in Sweden.
He fucking wait. Is that kind of not weird that as soon as you're like, hey, produce something right now, he just ran away?
Yeah, he just.
Oh, no, that's not weird. I'm amazed that he even came on.
Like a ghost.
I'm amazed he even came on.
I'm just saying, like, these people it's just like a ghost mentality. Like, hey, wait.
Oh, now he's in the side chat with friends talking shit about all.
Huh?
We're all failures.
I wish.
Yeah, Alf, if you would have stuck around, all I wanted to do was tell you exactly why Ronnie was saying what he was saying, because it was quite obvious. Your question was a loaded question, and it was a question that should have been, which race do you want to rule over you? But you're too big of a pussy to fucking put it out there like that, so you're just like, well, who do you want to rule over you?
Exactly.
No, I mean,
those people who cannot be mentioned are one fucking person, right?
I guarantee both of you have watched at least one episode of Catfish.
Would you guys want to bring Alf back on? I don't know if you guys have time or if you'd want to mediate between it.
Well, he's got
asking,
the link.
He's asking to come back on.
But nobody kicked him off. He jumped off.
Yeah, he's got the link. He doesn't have to ask permission to go back on.
So yeah, Alf, you got nothing. You got no ground to stand on with that one, man.
Yeah, he jumped off. I didn't kick him off, and I don't think anybody else can kick him off, right?
Well, he said he was leaving right before he left, so that.
Oh, he's saying, like I said, I'll talk to Aaron next time. But you also said earlier in the chat you have no fear. So, I mean, Aaron and whoever else, they can moderate and be like, hey, Ronnie, let Al finish what he has to say. And they can say the same thing to you. But they're also going to actually press you to say what you have to say and not just beat around the bush. And if you are just beating around the bush and throwing out low IQ questions like, who do you want to rule over you without a follow-up or any sort of context, then you have no business being on this stream. So either come on and embarrass yourself, or let's have a conversation, or don't come on at all.
Yeah, that's what I gotta say about these people. Like, the biggest problem I have with these people is like all they really just throw these questions at you, and they're just looking to get you in a trap, you know, like to just throw it to try to lead you into. It's a fucking gotcha, and it's like they don't. I mean, this is just my opinion, generalizing a little bit, but it's like they just don't have any real beliefs about anything. There's just this nihilistic, atheistic sort of mentality where they don't care about fucking anything, and they just want to shit on others.
Yeah, it's rough way to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to say before.
Like, they just come at us and it's like, yeah, sorry we care about our own race like going extinct. Sorry we care about Western civilization.
That's the funny thing is they all say it. They're like, oh no, I care about white people too. Yet they can't fucking look at that hard evidence. It's like you listen to Devin and you hear Devin talk about race and crime and you take that in like no fucking problem.
Yeah.
But then when it comes down to the fact of the white population,
Mike, now you're strawmanning me.
The trend has been for the white population. We are in a downward spiral. And
hold on, Aaron. Like, hold on, Aaron. Aaron, hold on.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
No, just hold on.
I was saying, Mike, why are you strawmanning me now too?
Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead. Set the record straight.
Wow, you guys are coming up with. You guys are paranoid. You're coming up with these reasons why I asked this question. It's a simple fucking question. I don't understand why you guys are going nuts over a fucking simple question.
I said it. Ron,
Aaron,
saying to you.
Credit, Aaron.
I asked you straight up, why did you ask that question the moment after Hunter? And you even said it because Hunter was talking about those who can't be.
And then propaganda started flipping out and saying all this crazy shit.
Well, you don't have a follow-up. And what was the point of asking that fucking question?
Aaron, I did not get a chance to.
Well, I don't know. I think he did kind of call you out a bit. I think he had
I'm gonna wait till everybody stops, and I'm gonna jump in just so I'm not accused of interrupting.
I'm not even talking to you at all, ever.
Okay, well,
did he hurt your feelings?
No, he didn't hurt my feelings. He's an asshole. He just strawmans people.
Oh, you're an asshole, Ronnie. How dare you?
Come on now,
baggy ass Ronnie.
That was the worst thing ever say ever.
No, it's just you're going to strawman me the entire time. I'm not talking to you. That's just
I did. Like I said, I was trying fucking Donald Trump to beat whoever.
It's a question.
It's like, well, why would you ask such a vague question if you didn't have a follow-up to it? And then you're just like, well, okay, I only said the question because Hunter was talking about those who can't be talked about, which means it was a race-based question. Ronnie said, why didn't you just push to the point?
Aaron.
Say,
well, I'm okay. Can I answer yet? Or all right, go ahead, guys.
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead. I'm done.
It was a question of curiosity. You guys are talking about who's ruling right now. So my question out of curiosity was to find out who would you guys like. I'm trying to find out more about you guys. I'm trying to find out more about your views and your ideas. But you guys get maybe not all of you. I'm not calling all of you because Aaron, I was surprised, Aaron. You know, we talk a lot of shit about you, but you did a good job and you answered me legitimately and you treated me nice, not like everybody else.
Okay, we've heard that before. I've heard both of your.
This guy's talking again. Bye.
No.
Oh my God! Really? He barely said anything.
Yeah, I try to do this, and I encourage everybody to watch the whole stream and see my conduct.
That was weak.
Okay.
That was really weak.
What I wanted to say there is that I answered his question right off the bat. I said, okay, I'll say the type of leader that I want to rule over me is a nationalist leader. Do you have a follow-up to that? And then he said, no, I don't have anything to that. I'm like, really? So that was just it, this vague whatever. And when he said, and then hold on, Aaron. And then when he said that, yes, okay, that is the entirety of what I had to say, I was just like, okay, well, that's just absolutely ridiculous. You left us all baffled and confused. So it's either what you said is just completely ridiculous and wasted all of our time, or there actually is something more that you have to say, which we all know that there is. So I'm trying to push him down that road and say, hey, dude, you actually have an out here. You don't just, and he didn't want to take that out. And then when he was being explained what his out was, he got really, really embarrassed and he took off. So I'm
he did it again, and it's like he just said, "Well, I did have a follow-up question," but before he said he didn't. And I said, "Okay, well, what is it?" Because that was a vague fucking question. Like that's just, I don't understand why you would ask something if you would need a follow-up. Why would you ask something that's so open-ended like that? If you weren't going to say, okay, well, now that you said this answer.
Well, and what I said, like, that's my opinion of these people, and I know that they would deny it. That oh no, of course that's not what we are, but like that's just the sense that I get from a lot of like people like Amy, people like this Dan dude who, like, I find to be very slimy. Where like he'll go and do a stream with Jay, and it's like, oh, everything's fine, but then he'll show up in our side chat and just say the most the most cancerous things, and come on, and then just say all these try to like push our buttons and everything.
It's because we're the cancer.
And then yeah, I think some of it is subconscious that we're like they don't even realize they're doing these things. Where like they just they say things like that, like who do you want to rule over you? Like they just want they want to draw. They want to draw out things.
At least it's getting better, Michael. They are actually starting to try to converse with us.
They want us to say things that they can say. Oh, see, there. Look how extreme they are.
Yeah, but they don't get that, and that's why now they're spazzing out.
And it's just the problem I have with these types of people and these types of arguments is it's just like I think I mentioned this earlier. Like they just don't care about anything. It's they put all their time and energy into arguing people like us, and instead of arguing the real problem, which is like
Michael, we did ask them though, and it's like they always say the same.
I want to point something out.
Keep showing up.
I really enjoy blasting people, but I also really enjoy listening to what they have to say. Our friend Elf here
Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a dummy.
Are you done? Hold on. Aaron, don't speak for me, please. Just I want to have this little one-on-one thing with him right now. You call me a dummy. Do you have anything else to add to that, or was that the entirety of your sentence and paragraph structure? Is there anything more you'd like to back that up with? I'm waiting.
He's muted. Unmute yourself.
No. If he wants to continue muting, that's perfectly fine.
No, you guys are muting me because you're fucking cowards. Anyone who's got a problem with Alf Benny is a monumental failure in life, and that's what you are. Obviously, Alf is one of the nicest people in the world, and you managed to fuck that up. You are clearly a ding dong of the highest order.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on,
Aaron. It's
just let him go.
Yeah, like I really, this is something I obviously have between me and Alfie. I want to be able to like speak for myself. I totally understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying, I just wanted to point out to Exhibit A.
Look, let me and this guy go at it for a little bit. You guys are intolerable. This guy's maybe he's a ding dong, but at least he knows how to like wait till his turn.
Shut up! Oh my God! Here. Hey, let me just say, like, why do you have to throw an insult into every single time?
Why do you guys have to interrupt and talk over each other?
The one thing I will say though is that there's just way too much noise pollution. It's way too much. Everybody will have their opportunity to speak. You just have to have the patience. And then when you do drop the bomb, it comes off so much more effective than when you're trying to do it over somebody or when you're doing it in between. Like a good example earlier. Hey, but you got to shut your fucking mouth too and quit interrupting people and getting your little 2 cents in whenever you can. Like I just said, that you'll have your opportunity.
No, I won't. You're going on way too long.
You see? No.
You cannot, dude, you're contradicting yourself too long. Who sets the time period? Some sentences and paragraphs are longer than others.
Dude, these people don't let me say a sentence when I'm on this show.
These people, or is it me?
These people, Mike and Aaron, are fucking poison, dude.
Then why do you come on, man? Why do you come on to take poison
doses?
Cows.
You're fucking hilarious.
You're
a train wreck.
Bro, the moment you like
see the difference between the biggest difference between Aaron and yourself is that Aaron doesn't start off with insults. Aaron doesn't start off with these basic low IQ points that don't illuminate anything larger than that. Sure, does she cut people off? Absolutely. Does she speak over people sometimes? Yes. But you, my friend, are just an absolute dick. And Alf brings nothing of value to the conversation, and he has no backbone to actually represent what he truly means. If I wasn't strawmanning him, he had more than enough time to actually explain and clarify where he was going. He chose not to because he knew there was nothing else to his sentence.
No, you guys totally steamrolled him.
He admitted that he had nothing else to say, and then he comes back out and be like, "Well, I did, but I didn't get a chance." No, read me all you want, you fucking scumbag, but it's because you can't fucking reject what I'm saying. You can't refute it because it's a fact. He did say he had nothing to fucking say. Or don't have a follow-up. Okay, well then what you said is for fucking no point. You wasted people's time. It's low IQ. Get the fuck off of here.
Why don't you let me and this ding dong go back and forth without interrupting?
Go back and forth, bro.
He loves going back and forth with ding dongs.
Because you keep jumping in here.
Shut the fuck up, Mike. You're
bullshit. Nah, hey, you shut up, man.
You guys
you're the one who comes on and is like, and just makes stupid noises.
Yeah, like that was a perfect time for Mike to come in. Like I said a bunch, he said a bunch, Aaron said a bunch. Makes perfect sense for Mike to jump in. The moment you start saying something, and he acts like a total goofball. It's insane. Alf, do you have something to say? You take the floor, bud.
Not to you.
Oh, geez, here we go. Why are you like scared?
Guys, here's the trick. When he says these little guys, when he says these little 5-word sentences, just let him sit and let him suffer in that silence where no one's saying anything. We're like, are you done, Alf? Is that all you got to say? You know what I mean, Alf? So what you came on, what do you have to say? Crickets, crickets, crickets. Alf, brother, what do you have to say? One more time.
Stuff.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'll mute myself. I'm sorry.
Stuff.
Can I talk to Aaron? Can you guys like mute and I can just talk to Aaron or something? Or
sure.
Is that cool? All right.
You got to start with something.
What was the problem? I asked you guys a question. You guys aped out. Aaron didn't. Aaron was the only one that didn't ape out.
No, he said it. He said that he wants a nationalist leader. He asked you for the follow-up to it. You said, I have no follow-up.
Yeah, I didn't have a follow-up.
That's pretty low IQ question because it's like...
Can I explain what's happening here and why you guys are flipping out? Can I explain it? All right. Well, you guys are quiet, so I'm guessing that's yes. Okay. Thank you, Mike. So what I was doing was trying to learn about you guys. I'm trying to figure out what you guys want, what your ideas are, what your views are. In trying to learn from you guys and hear answers from you to understand who you guys are, you flipped out and saw that saw in yourself some sort of delusion that I had some underlying thing I was trying to say. I wasn't. I'm asking you a
No,
question
you
because I
got
want to know
offended
what
because
you guys
Ronnie
want.
said you had a low IQ question.
No, I did not. I got pissed at
offended the
this
moment he
fucking
said you had a
bitch,
low IQ
Ronnie,
question.
because he's
And-
constantly straw manning me.
No, he said you had a low
beginning.
IQ question, which was his opinion, but it was opinion strongly based in the evidence at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Elf actually just said something very
I was
interesting.
just trying to
Thank you for
interject
not being
why
reasonable,
Ronnie was
Aaron, and
saying
straw
this.
manning me now, and now you're straw manning me.
I'm not straw manning you.
Yes, you
I
are.
was interjecting. I'm explaining exactly what happened, and you
Hey,
did
Alf,
get upset
Alf.
when he said it was low IQ, which is when you stop saying you're going to talk to him at all, which you
I
have
do
to don't.
think
Now you're like,
you
I'm not talking
protest
to
too
him.
much.
And all I did was interject why Ronnie would say that, because this is a logical mind thinking, and it's like, well, if you have such a vague question, you must have follow-ups.
Right,
Why must it have follow-ups? Why? Explain that to me, Aaron.
I'll
please.
explain to you why, Alf.
No, I'm not listening to you. Nope.
Oh my god, dude, are you dumb?
I think just the fact that
I love it. It's so good.
I'm not talking to you.
Like,
I'm not talking to you. He tries to talk. He's I'm gonna.
I
realize
wanted
that.
to know you. Wait, you said I wanted to know you guys better.
Yes.
So I answered. Ronnie goes to answer, and then he asked you for the follow-up.
But I want to say it real quick before everybody forgets.
Like,
Alf said that there was an underlying message to his point that we were afraid of.
When did I say that?
Just now. You said we were afraid of the underlying message.
No, I'm saying you guys added that delusion to it. You guys added that. I had nothing behind my question.
Because
you said
it all the time, dude.
Actually, Ronnie said that you had nothing to it.
And again, I encourage people to scroll back into the stream.
Yes. And that's why I was explaining it to you guys what I was doing. But Ronnie kept saying I was doing some. Oh, you're doing some underlying question and this and that.
You literally just said,
the point was for me to
this
figure you guys out.
Okay, so I just want to talk for like 10 seconds and
Go
get
ahead,
back to you guys. During this conversation, Alf, you said that we were afraid of the underlying message or the underlying point to what you said. Now, that actually proves what I'm saying, because I was postulating that you did have more to say. There was more to it. And I encourage people to go back in the stream.
Check it out. I'm going to check the stream right now. I'm going to mute.
Yeah, and you will see that you literally said that we were afraid of the underlying message. That's why we freaked out. So we both know, Alf totally knows that there is an underlying message to his point.
Message.
Did you miss the part where I said it was delusional? Did you miss the part where I said it was delusional? Did you miss that part?
Of course, that's what you think from your.
You must have missed that part. You must have
totally missed that part because now your point is correct.
Zero.
Dude, your IQ is. I'm gonna tell you something.
Your IQ is fucking low. You're so dumb. You don't realize what.
It's about.
Oh my god!
At the very most, it's 110. It could be 110. It could be above average, but it can only be so high. Yeah, there's a ceiling for you that I'm quite sure.
I don't give a shit what my IQ is.
110.
Secondly, I said it was delusional. Can you explain to me what delusional means?
Can I explain to you what delusional means?
Yes.
Why do I? First of all,
delusions live in reality? That's the question. Do delusions live in reality?
Do delusions live in reality? If someone is delusional, that could be a part of reality. So yes, delusions.
But that person's delusions mean that what they are deluded of is not reality, correct?
Yes.
Right. So if I say that you have a delusion of that I have some underlying meaning to my question, doesn't that make it not real?
Yeah, leftists think race isn't real. That's an illusion.
We all know what delusions are.
Am I correct? Am I correct with that propaganda?
But you kind of cut off.
With with what?
I'm saying if I said that you guys have a delusion of me having an underlying meaning to my question, then that means that it's not real, right? It's a delusion. It doesn't exist. I didn't have an underlying message. He's trying to say me saying that.
Hold on.
Okay.
You know you didn't have an underlying meaning because he asked you.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
And your follow-up was nothing, which is why he said that it was a low IQ question.
You can think it's low IQ, but that's because he's not listening to the intention.
No, he didn't listen to the
intention of the
You just said there was no intention.
Yes, no, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. Now you're strawmanning me once again. What I said was,
can I? No underlying intention.
No, I can't explain it. Okay, I'll just sit here quiet then if I can't explain it.
No, Alf, I'm just saying, is that meaning and intention the same fucking words? You just said there was no underlying meaning, and now you're saying there was intention. Like, it can't be both ways.
No, correct. It was not an underlying meaning. It was a question for the sake of curiosity, which is what questions are. I am trying to learn what you guys want. But if you're actually curious, then you would have follow-up questions. Because Why?
The curious never stops.
No, you guys give me an answer, and I'm like, okay, you gave me an answer, and I said that is a legitimate answer. There was no follow-up to that because you had a legitimate answer. You gave me a solid answer.
I want a national singer.
Yeah, and then I didn't get a chance to answer after that. And I was going to tell him that's a solid answer too. That's a solid answer. No, he went straight into asking me what I meant. Oh, let's just skip to what you really mean by this question. That's what he went to.
Well,
Because we did with this.
I'm going to explain it one more time. Hold on. I'm going to explain it one more time. I clear it nice and simple for you. I gave you the option. You could have had more to say, or you may not have had anything more to add to it. We all believe that there was an underlying thing because you even agreed that.
Because you're paranoid.
Okay. No, not because we're paranoid.
Yes,
I'm trying to add. I'm not trying to prove anything right now. I'm just trying to add clarity to.
I don't care
because we have experience.
That means paranoia.
We have to establish. Okay.
It's
Alf,
natural.
If you didn't have what I'm saying here, Alf, is if you had nothing more to add to the question, it was just, hey, who do you guys want to rule over you?
Yes.
Without anything more to it, that is a stupid question.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Ronnie Cameron.
Is that a stupid question? That must have been a stupid question, right, Ronnie?
What is your name? It's not the same.
Yeah.
I've never had someone in my life ask me.
Totally comparable.
Okay, let's go with your logic there. I've had millions of people ask me what my name is. I've never had anybody ask me who do I want to rule over me. So that shows how ridiculous and how unexpected and how vague and open your question is.
No, it's not.
You're not being real with yourself here, Alf. You're not being real with yourself.
How is it? God, you guys are fucking retarded, man.
No, dude, we're not putting words in your mouth. We're saying it's perfectly fine. If you have nothing else to add, and we're not straw manning, we're going to say, we're going to allot you.
I came in here. Alf, the discussion. I don't care.
Oh my God. Can I go on there and tell them they're retarded, please?
Can you mute Alf for just 1 second? Because he's cutting me off every opportunity.
No, he just.
Okay. Again, I want to add some clarity here. Right now, what I'm saying here is not to prove my point. It's just to say this is what is. Okay. There's only a certain amount of options. If Alf had nothing else to add to his question, and it was just simply, who do you guys want to rule over you? That is a very dumb question. And I challenge anybody out there in the chat to ask somebody else, hey, do you think this is a smart question? Do you think this is something that like intelligent people would talk about? Who do you want to rule over you? Without any sort of context. Of course, it's ridiculous. So that's option A for him. Now, if there was more that he had to say, which I'm open to that, which is option B, which I'm sure that he did have more to say, he's not willing to admit that. So the only thing left for me to conclude is that what he said was just really fucking stupid, and he couldn't handle that.
To know you, okay? Well, he wanted to know you by asking you one basic question, because in Elf's mind, he's figured it out. He's the master of philosophy. He figured out the answer to who he wants to rule over you. Tells him everything he needs.
Well, it was in response to the quote that if you want to find out who rules over you, just look at who you can't criticize. And it's already the implication that it's not good to have somebody rule over you. So it's a loaded question in multiple ways.
Of course. But even if it's not, like he can always hang on to that 10% chance that, hey guys, you're straw manning me. I didn't really mean that. Okay, Elf, let's give it that side of the argument. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt there. Then what does that imply? It means what you said is fucking stupid. Well, and not only that, but here's the thing: why I got mad, and people would be like, well, why did you freak out on him? It wasted so much of our time because we all asked him, well, dude, you got to be more specific than that. We were all confused. We didn't know how to answer. There was bickering. It wasted like 5 minutes of our time. Solidly because it was just a dumb question.
More now.
Exactly.
Well, it's another tactic I've noticed of leftists.
Yeah,
like they constantly strawman you, and then if you like make a reasonable interpretation of things that they say, they very quickly accuse you of straw manning. They're so quick to do the straw manning.
Blah, blah, blah. I'll bullhorn you. As a matter of fact, I saw the video of Alex there in Toronto at, I forgot what rally it was. He was trying to talk to a bunch of leftists and they were blowhorning him. It's like the same shit these guys just did to us on the fucking stream. Like as we're talking, so blah, 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 for no fucking reason.
I will say this, he keeps, oh, you're delusional. It's like, man, when you've argued with so many like people on the left, like, of course, like you don't think there's a reason to think that like they've always got some sort of agenda in the way that they argue.
Sir, I gotta point this out again. Elf, you are fucking retarded. You keep saying you're straw manning. How many times how many times have I told you, Elf, that even if what you're saying is true and you had nothing else to say and there was no underlying thing to it, that's fine. And what you had to say was stupid. So throw away the fucking straw man thing, okay? That's just a ridiculous argument for you to continuously make after I've repeated so many times that I'll even allot you that. It still means that what you said is fucking stupid.
All right.
I don't know. Sorry, just the stupidity of some people really pisses me.
Oh, it's okay. Like I said, I'm amazed Elf came on.
I gotta go. I've got because unlike Amy, I've got a full-time job and I've got to work tomorrow. Oh. She lives on welfare. Just saying.
Well, if you guys can still go, I'll go a little longer if you guys want to.
All right. Well, I'm bouncing out later. Ronnie, always
have a great one, dude. Yeah.
Have a good night.
It was a blast.
Don't let the leftists get you down, okay?
Fun argument.
Yeah, and everybody should go check out his channel. Video on Hungary was pretty fucking crazy. I put all your now our unexpected guests. I obviously didn't. Sorry, Hunter, you don't really have a channel or a Twitter, so I can't put your information in there. But yeah, man, it drives me crazy because now it's so easy to say, oh, we strawmanned it, like you didn't say anything. When you're that fucking vague, then anything we say in response to your vagueness is all of a sudden a strawman because you were so vague to be different.
Yeah, and you get a comment here like from Pulse of Defiance, oh, now you gave him an option. It's not that I mean it in that sense, like, oh, you know, I have control over you. I'm just saying, in all honesty, okay, fine, take that option. There's only two routes you can go. It's not like I'm giving him that option. I'm pointing it out to him that there are only two options. And regardless of which path he goes down, he's either has no backbone to back up what he's truly saying, or his question is just really fucking stupid. There aren't any more options than that.
I choose to believe you're a benevolent God, and you gave him that option. You came down on high. You were like, here's an option for you.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so retarded when lefties make those, oh, so now you gave him that option, right?
Well, I think Grant's actually one of these, like,
I gotta add on because the comments here, like Will Match says, what he was asking was a compelling question. Again, Will, we answered it. Both Aaron and myself. I said a nationalist leader. There was no follow up to it. There was no substance to his question. It was the equivalent of saying, "What is your favorite color?" or "Who is your favorite band?" It added nothing to the conversation whatsoever. If he actually had an argument and he wanted to say, "Hey guys, I think you want white people to rule over you," be honest about that, we'd be like, well, we want white leaders. I don't know about rulers. You're framing it in an odd way.
That's
but
another
like
thing,
we were willing to have the conversation with him, and there wasn't anything that he had to bring in the way of forwarding and advancing the conversation because again, he's low IQ.
Worthless. Oh Christ, that is worthless.